How to be happy is one of the greatest questions of the modern age. My name is Blake Richardson, and I created the happiness formula, which answers this question. Happiness equals doing an activity that brings you both joy and a feeling of accomplishment. Fleeting amounts of joy can be purchased by buying new shoes, a car, or even a house. But the initial positive feelings of these purchases are short-lived. That's why doing an actual activity that brings joy is required for true happiness. One can imagine activities that briefly bring joy, but leave the person no happier than they were just moments before. Dining at restaurants and partying are examples of this problem. This is why the second component of the happiness formula is required, an activity that also gives one a feeling of accomplishment. One might be tempted to defy this formula and interject a perfect fantasy into the equation. For example, you might believe that traveling to faraway lands will bring you happiness. I will not disagree that traveling can be an enjoyable adventure. However, do you actually accomplish anything while visiting an exotic location? One might still persist and argue that they went scuba diving while vacationing and their life was transformed. That's exactly my point. Scuba diving is an activity that follows the happiness formula and can bring both a feeling of joy and a sense of accomplishment. Doing this activity brought the happiness, not sitting in a plane for 9 hours, not sleeping in a 5-star hotel, and not dining in a fancy restaurant. How long can you truly savor the experiences that brought happiness during a vacation? Not long, unfortunately. This is why you must do an activity every single day that brings you both a sense of joy and a feeling of accomplishment. Fortunately, activities with lower barriers of entry exist than scuba diving. For example, these include writing, drawing, gardening, and playing an instrument. If you find yourself wanting to skip to the end of your completed story, painting, or song, then you are missing the first element of the happiness formula, which is joy. These activities must evoke joy while you're in the process of doing them. The happiness is the byproduct of the activity and not the result. Next time you're wondering how to be happy, follow the happiness formula.